All right, folks. Cheerio, cheerio, cheers, sir. Go Bills! And it is this weekend coming up. Call it a podcast, call it a recording, call it whatever you like. We've been talking about doing this for a long time, and I decided to get a little eccentric with the LEDs. I hope it doesn't start a fire. They don't feel too hot. But folks, we are doing episode 1. We haven't named anything yet other than to say drones and dating in 2025. And so I've got a list of questions here. And hopefully as we progress, we were originally going to do thrice people. And unfortunately, the other party was not available. Migraines, I'm told. So, getting right into it, let's just jump into it. Drones. And once again, we are gathered here today to discuss drones and dating. Aliens. Do they exist? Oh, and
the aliens do exist.
Okay, aliens do exist, he says. Now, we're going to get into that. This is not to be stolen directly from Tasha's, but he does do that. That just kind of went along with the drones, as I said. But tell me about it. You say 100%.
They're currently, being troops are landed along the border, and
Wait, when you say aliens, you're talking about foreign
mass
folks.
deportations.
Humans, alien, extraterrestrial life, I should have been more.
Extraterrestrial life? Okay, yeah, that also
Or
exists.
even to take it a step further than that, like extraterrestrial life that's super highly advanced, that has drones that some people claim that are out there, including like ex-military people. And of course, I think we've listened to
Advanced enough to be able to help us, as if they were from the future.
That's
And they
one
could set up
theory.
a wormhole for us to travel to other different worlds.
That would, see, that's a great optimistic viewpoint on it. I would totally think that's a great thought. If that's the case, it also could be that they're totally just in a monitoring phase. So take it, without taking it to like a militaristic stance, just to say that if they're here, we're saying, okay, we think there's things that people have seen that kind of fit the profile of something not from this world or whatever. If that's the case, and still it doesn't sound like there's a ton of crazy evidence, just some fringy, but also a lot of data now too, and more people coming out with it, enough sightings, if you will, where there's something. But if that something wanted to be harmful, there's nothing we could do to stop it. Based on what, like the Commander Fravor and all these other people that talked about it on Rogan and everywhere else,
That's yet to be seen. We don't really know, but that's
well,
certainly
they're jumping interdimensional and transmedia between like water and air and all these different things. If it's true, I don't know. I've never seen it, and we don't want to go too crazy with the drones, but so they do exist. You're saying absolutely.
You think it's all just Starlink?
No. I don't think that at all. Actually, I think what we saw was Starlink, or something not of this world, or maybe advanced technology that our government does have.
But what we saw was moving very fast.
Yes, 100%. Like,
and it wasn't a straight line, granted.
It was not.
It was.
Yeah, and it was the same like light, red light or whatever, red, orange, something.
Red light.
Okay, red light or crew. Yeah.
Green light.
Okay, so folks, now let's just go into here really quick because we jumped, but they don't know, so we'll tell them. We're out Assateague Island. End of the season, October-ish, and we were out on the beach for a while that day. I think we got down there 4 or 5 o'clock. Sun was setting. We had a fire. Got a little surf in just before it got dark. Actually, it was probably the best day I think that we were there. Anyways, cool place. Kudos to my sister for the shout out. Give it up for her. The D-Bird, the one and only D-Bird. For the Assateague call out, that'll be a place that I visit again, and it is.
Are you sure you liked it?
Well, I liked it specifically because it had that sandbar or whatever was going on in the ocean there, so there was waves pretty much. I think both days. Well, when I went, that was a cool spot. For sure, $25 for a week. That's like can't beat that. But moving. Okay, so yeah, we're there, and there was no we had some cocktails on the beach, but we were surfing. We were zoned in, just walking back to the car, and
the fire was nice that they do the fire on the beach.
This man right here, yes, the fires on the beach were great. And I'm
Oh yeah,
glad
we
that
were getting ready to leave, and we saw the lights in the sky.
But to your credit, you wanted pitch blackness and you had focused on it. He'd already seen it. And I didn't see anything. I was just getting stuff in the car and what this and that. But then I turned the lights on. You're like, turn the car off. Whatever. Turn the lights off. So we get the lights off. And then I turned around and it was like half a dozen lights off, like in the distance in the horizon, the nighttime horizon. And they were like, right across. I mean, they zipped like, I don't know if you call that light speed, but they did eventually go away,
So
right?
you're already misremembering.
Wait, no, oh, yeah, really? They as they went across, because you were tracking them back here?
You started experiencing something trippy walking over the dunes, coming back to the car to begin with. So you were sensing some extraterrestrial activity already then. And at that point, I had seen some starlight take off as well. I'd seen like a shooting star, which looked more like a spacecraft, which just kind of shot off. So that's why I thought when I saw this line of lights, I thought it was an extra dimensional kind of a thing. I didn't think it was a low orbit satellite.
Okay.
No, it didn't look like that. It looked like something that was
Closer, much closer, obviously.
was coming out of light speed, ludicrous speed.
Okay, I see where you're going with that.
Coming into the atmosphere, and then it disappeared. You didn't
Yes.
even see it take off.
Okay,
It
thank
kinda
you,
just
thank you.
disappeared there.
Just confirmation, folks. It disappeared then, of course. So by the time he had already seen it, and he was tracking it like way longer than me, and I just picked it up at the last like 2 seconds maybe. It was going across, and then it disappeared. So the fact that, yeah, I mean, if you're talking about interdimensional stuff or whatever, or even came into our like airspace and then went out again, warp speed kind of deal. I don't know, but it disappeared though. So nothing that I know about has that kind of skill. Again, if it was a drone or drones,
Yeah.
then it's possible that like, just the lights cut. I mean, the drones that are man-made, some of them, I'm sure, like, you can cut the lights on them. I'm sure that's an option on some of them. So, again,
Do you believe it to be man-made?
well, I think the video that I saw just recently, they didn't mention anything about Starlink, but they were talking about it was on
Yeah.
PBS actually.
I have no doubt.
So
I have no doubt it was our
something.
national defense contractors at work. They're
it could have been that too.
doing a
Yeah,
fine job. Taking care of
TCB,
space.
Space Force.
Taking care of the space.
Okay.
Space Force.
Not bad, not bad. So, what do you think was going on the East Coast, Jersey, Connecticut, with all the drone sightings and the fact that it was coming up? Was that just like propaganda on the news media to try and get our minds off
When
of
did
something
we
else?
see it? We saw it in October. Was that when we were there?
Yep. Yes.
So
I don't know that I don't think I saw, like the videos that I saw were different than what we saw. Definitely.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, ours was more like Starlink or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't discount it, like, that ludicrous,
I'm
gone to
surprised
plan.
at how low that Starlink orbits, though.
It's possible it wasn't
It
Starlink.
can't be in the sky for that long.
And now you just showed me video of Starlink, the first one, and that was moving slow as F. And
Right.
try and keep it PG, maybe. Probably not. No, that's probably not gonna happen. Probably won't keep it PG. It'll probably be rated R immediately. But let's go
I think you gotta wait a few minutes before you get into R-rated words.
East Coast, Jersey, Connecticut, the whole East Coast, and then West Coast too, all over the
But
place.
we were in Virginia when we saw that, though. So there were also
Assateague-
sightings in Virginia.
No, Assateague's.
Is that Maryland?
Wait, we were. Oh, wait, I might be mixing them up here. Wait, where were we?
That's right. No, we were there.
Assateague, right?
Yeah.
Went to my place. Folks, families in
Where do they live? They live in
Bethany.
Delaware.
Well, it is Delaware, yeah, but it's 5 minutes. Well, it's Bethany Beach.
Yeah, it almost feels like an out-of-body experience when you are there, in the wilderness, and you see this interdimensional being.
Well, to just back up a minute, when you said that, no, I was surfing, I was drinking, we were hanging out, it's good times, but I did look directly above, and it seemed like the whole thing was warping at that point. Like,
Is it
warp speed.
possible it was just a lack of blood flow because of the arch, the posture and the arch of the neck? You might have been.
No, actually, no, because I did it a couple times, and I didn't really have any problems with the neck that way, and it wasn't a blood pressure thing. see now, dude, I do on occasion, okay, we're digressing here, but yeah, so, in the East Coast, and we probably should keep moving.
Speak to me about East Coast.
Well, just in general, the drones that they were most recently, like within the past month or so, that they've been showing on all the major news networks.
Is it still happening?
Yes, but they're not, you know, the news
They don't
cycle,
talk about it.
yeah, they're talking about Trump now for the next 4 years.
Right.
So, I mean, do you think?
Does Trump have an official statement on the drones?
I have not heard, said he was gonna release I'm sure he will, I hope so. Right now, as you said, borders are, they're going at it like on the border.
Yeah, with the
Deport-
I guess that was the executive order.
The whole thing, yeah, they've arrested hundreds of people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, across, countrywide, probably thousands, I would think.
Any criminals?
That's what they claim they're targeting right now.
Okay.
Which is good, I mean, they should, and also, I think they're no longer, so he did a couple things, he signed an executive act, well, yeah, we don't get too far down the weeds with that, what else here? What do we have?
Did you, what do you mean?
More on the
No,
drones.
no, just say what you're gonna say.
Well, okay, I want to try and pivot just back into drones here for a
You
moment.
wanna talk about drones?
Well, no,
Let's talk
just
about
a
it.
couple more questions, then we'll get into dating, right? And we'll stay focused.
But you do believe they're man-made, though?
The ones that we saw in Delaware, not sure. I have no idea. That it could be some advanced covert stuff that we have, yes, but nothing that I'm aware of. I mean, that was ridiculous. It went super fast, light speed, whatever, or maybe it was just the backlighting. It was very fast. There was nothing that I know that would warp. Maybe it was. I mean, okay, so
Warped the space time continuum.
so yeah, that was crazy. Now the other things, I would say are definitely man-made from what I've seen. Not like there's a policeman that I think was up in Maine.
I think when
The orbs, I don't think those are necessarily man-made. Those orbs that are like glowing red and they can change colors, that seems to be crazy. And the egg shape and all these different things that people have seen that seem.
Did you see Joe Rogan was talking about weird pictures that were posted online, and then they focused in on this one picture, and they're like, "Whoa, what is that? Whoa!" But then they realized Jamie finally told them it was a star, and like after they were talking about it for 5 or 10 minutes.
That's great. I mean, he's smart. I feel bad for him sometimes because I'm like, Joe could be like a little bit nicer. He's just like barking orders, but is his boss too. I wonder. I was going to Google that to
He
find out.
really sounds like a really nice guy.
Oh yeah,
So-
absolutely. How much do you think he makes, dude?
Jamie?
Yeah, $100,000.
No. Well, yeah.
More? Probably way more.
What, you want me to
I just guess.
determine how much he makes? How much do you think he makes?
I mean, between one and
It's
half a
6
million.
figures, of course.
Yeah, 6 figures.
Tim Dillon's producer earns 6 figures. He just said it on his show.
Okay.
What do you mean Jamie doesn't make
No,
double
he,
that?
yeah. I'm sure. I mean, he's like. I'm sure he makes bank. No question. All right. So, how do you feel about drones being used in warfare? And when I
OBD,
say
you gotta know OBD. You gotta know.
old dirty.
All these data. You gotta know Flash and all these graphic things
Okay.
to do producing.
And when I say warfare, like not only now, but I'm saying like obviously for many years we've used drones.
Illustrator.
Right. Should we be using them at all? And then also, how much like regulation? I think that's the last one I've got here. Yeah, how strict
This
should it
is
be?
like an interview for you. Well, yeah, I like it.
Okay.
Come
Well,
up
so
there, that's good. So should we regulate drones? Next question.
more so.
Should the legislative branch start passing the legislation to regulate drones? Well, they have already. Yeah, you need a pilot license to operate a drone.
Right. But once you get one, then you've got one, and you can fly within a certain amount of mileage to the airport,
There's
different things like this. But
There's some sort of space law out there too, international treaty kind of a thing, where I forget what they call. I forget what it is though. I forget what it is.
well, do you think it should be?
Like
Because yes,
gas
there are
regulating, for example.
regulations. I know that, and because I live so close to the airport, we would have that much. I guess the bigger concern when you flip it now back to East Coast drones, they were seeing like different kinds of drones, which is fine because there's like these commercial, very large machines now that will be used for package shipping or whatever else it is. I guess crops and stuff like that, either viewing or dumping whatever chemicals, etc., etc. So I get it. There's different types of drones, and some people just might not have a clear picture of what that is. But where was I going with this? Oh, so to the militaristic end of things, and especially modern day now too, with drones, they've got these little things called the dragonflies that are like this big, that like special forces use, and they're like 200 grand. And they've got thermal and this and that, and they can just send them up in the sky and whatever. I mean, there's many different types of drones, big, small.
They're commercially available too. I mean, there's
Right.
DJIs that you can buy that are as big as this table.
Right. So, and so some people will eventually, unfortunately, I hate to say it like this. People have already done it, and I say people like our government and other governments. Iran has lots of people have drones now, and we have been fighting that way for a long time. But what hasn't been done yet is for some terrorists to get like a fucking huge drone and strap a bunch of bombs to it and then blow up like a fucking large crowd. And that would be then like and that is a possibility.
Say that again?
So like, I mean, the government knows about this. Like, it's not. I'm surprised it's not.
You
more
mean like
regulated.
the Tesla truck? What do you?
Yeah, no. See, that's a great point. I'm glad you bring that up, because that guy was a Green Beret. Obviously, had mental breakdown. He purposely did it a certain way so no one died but himself. Dude, he was an expert. He could have taken out.
He was in the truck when it happened?
Yeah, fuck yeah. He blew his brains out, dude. That's what they said. But his body was burned beyond like recognition. So he just packed it full. He purposely like got that truck because of its like strength and build, and put the shit in the back just to like cause a stir. And then he did. If he
I
was
didn't know that. That's why he chose Tesla, right? Because he knew that.
Because the blast went up. Now, I mean, dude, they calculate all that shit. He was a Green Beret or what special force, Delta Force, whatever. He was one of the branch of like special forces, and the guy just, broke up between his marriage, and he had a fucking mental breakdown. And he's like, all right, I'm leaving. I mean, he left a note that said like, I don't harbor any feelings or whatever, but like blah 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 blah. I didn't intend on hurting anybody. He's like, but this is a wake up call. Like that was in his note. Anyways, so. That's my main concern. Like, I know people, Randini's got one, I think, or did. I mean, you at one point did, do, whatever. People have them. And there's like different categories of them, right? So, I mean, you can have like a little one to just fly around here. You don't need a license for that. But if they're bigger and they go beyond like a certain height, distance, or whatever the fuck. See, it came out.
I was part of the research team back just almost 25 years ago at this point. We were doing drone research, we were doing swarm research.
Yeah, swarms. There you go. So
they call them MEMS back then. It was micro electric mechanical systems. Our area was to reduce the size of it. So what they have flying around now is still visible, but they have drones that are virtually undetectable to the naked eye. That's also because they're so small.
Oh, really? Well, in what, like, right in front of you, right here, right now, or like?
Well, if they were up in the sky.
Oh, sure.
But the thing is then, how would they fit in the slipstream? How the wind's going to carry it.
Yeah, propelling them and all those things. And I get it. So big
But that's
picture.
more for drug deployment. They do that sort of thing with like the new mRNA vaccine, the mRNA vaccine that they do. This work on it's
Implanted.
mechanical system.
Okay. Within. Okay. All right. Well, listen. So to put a wrap on the drone talk, and we'll move then promptly to dating in 2025. So is it clear that I could maybe surmise that you believe both there are man-made drones? We know there's man-made drones, obviously.
Dated myself with the 25 years there.
That's okay. I mean, I'm 45, years young, and we'll leave your age, out of this for now. That'll be totally up to you.
That's the best age. They get you young when you're 20 years old. You just want to believe in something, and you're gonna, be so happy to just have a superior. Say, this is our goal. We're gonna do this, and
and even now, I mean, I won't even go down that rabbit hole. But should there be more regulation than there is currently in place? Should you need, I don't know. I mean, because to your point, yes, there are regulations and you have to be registered with like the FAA or whatever, but the qualifications and whatever testing or license, so the registering of it is so minimal, depending on maybe the class, when you say commercial, I don't know what the sizing would be on something like that, but certainly they were talking about drones being seen, multiple videos I've seen, the size of, they said like a Volkswagen, Beetle, or Boss or whatever it was, or a couple different things like that, so that's a big drone.
Well, yeah, that's a big drone.
And to me, when I see blinking lights, that's an FAA regulation thing, so they have to have blinking lights, and all the ones that I saw that
They
looked.
have blinking lights, just like the planes do.
Correct.
And you can also hear them zipping around
Right.
on their little propellers, just like any other drone that you would fly in your own backyard.
Right, so
So
then the question becomes, what are they doing there? Who's in
I
control
think-
of them?
I think that means, I would be likely to believe that it's, well,
No, please.
no, it's domestic, it's not, would, a
Not
lights
extra-
like
not
that, lights
extraterrestrial.
like that, noise like that, it wouldn't come from another world, that's just.
Yeah, no, agreed. Now, to backtrack to our night, our experience on the beach, that type of experience, characteristic behavior of the object, whatever that was more extraterrestrial or not of this world, that action that we saw, right? You'd agree or no?
The action of,
Well, what we saw, it
oh,
looked,
what we saw in the sky.
yeah,
Let's see, that's,
more that way than it is man-made, you would think.
I would think
Kind of.
if I were to see something
Yes.
extraterrestrial, it would appear more in the movement that we saw, which was very fast.
Agreed, and that's just that we were able to see that. There now go back to drones that they've been talking about since like 2014 on Rogan and everywhere else, and the Pentagon and they've done all the briefings and stuff like that.
We didn't see flashing lights. You didn't see flashing lights, did you? It was just a constant light. Consistent.
I want to say light, yeah, consistent light. It was just red, and it was just boom, 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 like dot. I mean, I didn't see any shape other than the round lights, really, and I just saw
It was a white light, really.
White?
White. It was a white light, wasn't it?
No, I thought it was red.
Oh, okay.
And now, I'm looking at this too, but yeah, I mean, to me in a distance, they looked red, and it looked like, when I saw it, there was about 6 of them, but they were dead linear, dude, straight line. Like, there was no variance, they weren't staggered, you
Yep.
know. So, again, when I saw, it's tough to say, I think, well, to put cap on this, because it looks like we're doing good with time here, although spend extra time with it, we should probably move it along a little faster with David. It's our first podcast,
This is
so the epiphany.
defining moment of.
I'm 50-50 on it. It could be man-made, it could Starlink and or other something else, or it could be, totally what you're saying as far as that warp drive, ridiculous speed, ludicrous speed, it's gone to plaid kind of a deal. And it definitely disappeared. And I remember distinctly seeing the lights, and then they were freaking gone and straight line. So we saw the same thing. It wasn't like you saw something and I saw something, or you saw it sooner. So it sounds like maybe you saw it coming out of orbit or out of warp or whatever that was, further in the sky. And when I turned around, it was like, what the fuck was that, dude? Yeah, I'm sorry, there it goes again, the profanity. But nevertheless, okay, well, so
Next time.
still we haven't concluded. For more regulation or against? Or keep it the same, more regulation?
Again, with this regulation.
I'm just curious.
I think there should be more regulation on asteroid mining.
Asteroid mining?
Yeah.
Do we have a lot of asteroids that people are mining?
Not a lot, but there is some.
But you think we shouldn't do it? It's already here, right? It's hit the Earth. It's
No, they're going to the asteroids.
Really?
Yeah.
Now that's something that I mean, Armageddon. I've heard of that movie.
It's exactly like Armageddon.
Except we were trying to say, wait,
It's ongoing.
who is mining? I mean, how are they getting on these?
Well, again, it's, drone system. It's not in the sense that it's like Armageddon, in the sense that it's not Ben Affleck and Bruce Willis. It's
But where, this is the first time I've ever heard of this. That doesn't mean anything because I follow different things. but
exactly. I think we should have more regulations too.
Where did you hear that? If I could ask the
You
source of
read
it.
about it. You just
No.
read about it.
You can I ask the source of where you read that?
This is
You-
a
somewhere
couple
on-
of years ago.
Okay.
It's not a recent.
Asteroid mining. So they're launching
We do have
up into
asteroids.
space, and then either with
Yeah, there's a lot of experimental techniques going on right now. It's tough to drill into those little bits.
it doesn't have to be slowed down, or we wait till it comes into orbit or something, or how does that work?
No, you land on it, you drill, and then you take off and you leave. There's no gravity. It's not like Earth.
Right. Huh. So they've been mining asteroids for a couple of years now.
Yeah, there is one asteroid that has enough rare earth metals to make everyone on the planet a billionaire. And I believe that since, they use taxpayer dollars to mine asteroids, we should legislate that.
Is this confirmed? I have never heard. So wait, the government or just private entities or both?
It's going to be, again, it's, defense contractors at work, or Space Force diligently doing its duty.
Okay, I'm not aware of those. I'll have to take a look into that. Maybe just do some YouTube Googling.
This will be for the next show.
On to dating in 2025. Online dating.
Wait, did you hear that Trump wants to change the Gulf of Mexico to...
Oh, it already is. Yeah, he already said the Gulf of Americas or something. Oh yeah, it's happening.
They already did it?
I don't know that for sure. I thought that was one of the things that he signed. He definitely said it. He did like a pep rally. Then I understand I watched the whole
I
thing.
mean, I'd have to go and look at the history and find out why it ever ended up like that. Like, why would we call it Gulf of Mexico?
I mean, he's stirring it up, man. He's stirring up the pot already. He's just getting in there with all kinds of things, and that it is what it is. I mean, he's doing what he said he was going to do. He released all the people, pardoned all the people from January 6th. That, to be honest with you, I think
All
that's
of
what-
them?
every single one that was in prison.
Even the one that got like 17 years?
Yeah, the dude with the patch on his eye, 18 years, dude. He got out. He's out. He's a free bird. He fucking He pardoned all of them, dude.
Because I thought that one of them actually did like a violent thing.
Yeah. Oh no, a bunch of them did. They beat like several cops. It was that was not.
Well,
good.
they were incited.
It was-
That's true. It was a certain insight by that.
But in any case, they all got released, and he did a sweeping pardon, and so there's people that are.
What about Proud Boy?
Everyone, dude. They're,
Enrico?
the not Mexican, but Puerto Rican or Guatemala.
Proud Boy leader guy?
Yeah, they're all out, dude.
That was insane.
See, yeah, I'm surprised.
That was insane.
See, this is where it's unbelievable because I've asked you this so many times, and I talked to many people about this, not just you, but everybody, about the current events, and it surprises me because you're a very intelligent person.
I knew that. I
Yeah.
thought they were gonna do it like the hostages in Israel. They were 3 week. That's what I thought it was gonna be like. Though I thought they were gonna do like 10 a week so that it stayed in the news.
Stagger it. They're going to
You
stagger
want
it.
to keep it in the news.
I mean, that makes sense for what you're saying. Sure.
It's just a gravy. The amount,
The-
because of what happened in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
It's just like there's this gravy boat of fixing everything. It's just like.
Oh, so you are in agreement with this last administration didn't do the greatest. Was it the greatest?
I think this time
We're coming back.
is going to.
Are the Bills going to win this
No,
time?
it'll be in the future. It'll be noted in the future as a moment where. I don't know about the Romans or the.
Oh,
the
we're
Greeks.
crashing. We're crashing right now. We're being broken down as Americans.
I mean, I think it can be fixed, but I think it will just be noted as a time of like a peak corruption kind of a thing.
Oh well, I mean, there's aspects to that. I can't really argue that all that much. Sidebar, just a moment. Child-free weekend.
Yeah.
What's up with the Bills game? And should we make some
Bills?
plans? I won't hold you to it, because
Bills, I mean, I
Thoughts?
think it'll be a close game.
do we wanna go out for the game? Oh, it's at
The
6,
thing
that's
is,
right.
is that they always
Yes.
match up evenly, especially in the playoffs. They always match up. It's a high-scoring game. It's a close game. It usually comes down to the last.
I guess their
the
last, I guess their refs are
possession
really
or
rough on
two.
us. They give us some really bad calls, is that true? I don't
They
know.
already called the roughing the passer on the Bills. The whole defensive line got called for rushing the passer.
No, I'm saying the Chiefs, I guess their reffing is like really rough on us. It has been in the past, and it probably will be again. That's what everyone's concerned about.
Chiefs?
The Chiefs, the referees in Kansas
Well, we've
City.
never beaten them in the playoffs before. I think that's the hump. We gotta get.
How are you feeling though about this year? I mean, do you feel, because we did beat them earlier this year. We kicked their butts, dude. We
I
beat them
think
really
it's
bad.
gonna be just like every other playoff game.
Nail biter?
Well, in the last, 4 or 5 years or so against the Chiefs, it's gonna be a high-scoring game.
I mean, we crushed the
It's
Ravens.
gonna be a
dude.
back and forth. I think the last time they played, they were talking about the lead changes. There was like a lead change. It was just kept going. And that's what I think it's gonna be that way again. I think
I
it's
know.
probably gonna come down to the last possession or two.
Okay, all right. No, I mean, yeah.
But who's gonna take it? Yeah,
Anyone's game?
that's tough. I mean, at 13 seconds, it's.
And there's tomorrow. Tomorrow morning start at like 6 a.m. down in front of City Hall, I think it is, dude. They're doing a rally.
What I don't like hearing is people talking about the Super Bowl already, because it's not the Super Bowl. That's what I don't want to hear people talking about the Super Bowl right now.
Well, I heard that the last game was kind of like our Super Bowl, but we crushed. Up till 10, I was
No.
like, we might have our hands full here, and then we just ran away with it.
There
we
was
just-
rumblings of the team that won that game would most likely go to the Super Bowl. Now, whether that's true or not,
Well, we got to get
we'll
through the
see on
Kansas City
Sunday.
Chiefs.
Again, I don't want to. I think anyone making a prediction on the Super Bowl right now is foolhardy. It's just.
Oh yeah, that's sure. I mean, the Super Bowl isn't decided yet.
You haven't watched these teams long enough to.
I haven't, or people in general.
Well, just people who
Oh, I just want to see them go.
going there thinking that we're going to win the Super Bowl already. It's just like don't do that.
Yeah, I did hear that. Oh, but if we win this one, then we're going to win this. Dude, we always mess up at the end. That's what's happened for the past 20 years. Oh, actually, forever. I don't think we've ever won a Super Bowl, correct? We went 4 years in a row. Or something.
No, we did. We won the champion. Well,
No, Super Bowl.
the Super Bowl. No, not the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I think it was the
Okay.
year before the Super Bowl.
Thank you, sir. No, right, but
Yeah.
all right. So let's go Buffalo. That's what we're saying ultimately. So maybe then I'm marking it down for maybe. I mean, because in defense,
There's a
it
chance.
is 6 o'clock.
There's a chance.
And we could maybe even meet like in the middle, maybe at like the
6.
That
Yeah,
place.
I think I'm going to be probably done delivering.
okay.
Hopefully at that point.
Oh, Elmwood.
You want to go back down there? I don't know.
Yeah. We could possibly meet in the middle too, is what I'm saying. We could go to that place, the Ridge. Maybe we could go there. We just gotta be careful, man. We'll get off this.
Well, no, I think
We get
the
too
Coles
honest.
would probably have a better scene.
Oh.
Like I want to look for a downtown.
Yeah, actually, Chippewa Rec Room's got a viewing Sunday. We could go there for sure. That would be cool. Or any place, dude. There's a bunch of places down in Chippewa that we could go to and check that out. And I would definitely be down for that if it's not freezing cold. Really. Okay, so not to pivot, but we are veering off topic here, and it's my fault. I take full credit for it. And in the
What
future,
about well, final verdict for you? Do you have a prediction for this Sunday?
Yeah. I mean, I do think that it feels like we could definitely win. And the last time that we played the Chiefs, I was like, how did we lose to these guys last year? Like, what took us out with the 13 seconds? So yeah, I'm going all in with the Bills.
Score?
That for me is really
Give me a final score.
okay.
I'll do the same.
Okay, of course. I'm gonna say 31 to 17 Bills. 31-17 Bills.
Okay, 2 touchdowns. I like it.
Or
Alright.
what's the way? Because the touchdown was 7 and 7. That's 14 with the extra point. So maybe 14-31.
14.
Or wait. 14 plus a
We'll
field
go
goal.
with,
Plus
your
a field
first.
goal.
We'll go with
Plus a
your
field
first
goal.
one.
So
17,
31
Bills.
21. 31-21.
Okay, fine. 31-21 Bills. That's a little bit closer. That's a little closer game, which I'm thinking. I'm gonna go with a weird one here. I'll say because I think it's gonna be a back and forth, high scoring game. I'm gonna say 43-36 Bills.
Oh, real high scoring, yeah.
Yeah.
I got it, okay.
But again, one score game.
Now, we could do something right here live on camera if you wanted to, and I'd be willing to do this, I think. Yeah, are you willing, oh wait, because, well, you are betting on the Bills, so I was gonna say if you were betting against the Bills, we could do just a straight bet, $100, Bills for
I'm
the
not
win.
betting.
You won't, okay. Alright.
But if you want, you could tell me about your love life, though.
Well, we're gonna start right now with dating. Dating portion.
Dating in 2025?
Dating in 2025, so
What's that like?
it's been approximately 30 years. I did some research on this. And they claim that Match.com was the first, and that it was almost 30 years ago. However, as you know, Craigslist was always there. And I'll have you know, folks, my friend Ski introduced me to Craigslist, and it was more for the sales ads at those times. And
That
then
was eBay.
that too, probably. I think eBay I might have gotten on at one point, but all of that helped me throughout the years with just the technical
Craig's.
know-how. But Craig specifically, you turned me on to, and it started with the sales, and then yes, of course, that was way before there's the Craigslist killers and everything else, which we'll be getting to soon enough. So let's do a rapid fire here. It's been about 30 years for online dating between your match and now. Is it horrible?
Is the market horrible?
Yes, is online dating and dating, online dating, male-female relations in 20. Well, no, that last part, male-female, that might be a little too broad. Is online dating horrible in 2025? Yes or no?
Online dating?
Yes.
For
the majority
I
of people.
remember it as being always horrible.
Really?
Yeah. So I think it's always been horrible. You can even watch. You Got Mail with Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks.
Right.
And I think they met on like if I'm not,
No,
they
you might
meet
be
on like an online thing, and they're talking about how awful it was, right? And that was 30 years ago.
I mean, I remember the was that when Harry Met Sally? What was that? What was it called? Or no, You Got
Harry
Mail.
Met
You
Sally.
got right. You got mail. You're right with Tom Hanks. Right. No, you're right. So okay, I don't agree with that exactly. I can see where you're going with it, and I see the aspects to it. Is it real now? Like in 2025 and when I say by real. Well, I guess from my perspective, I see it as fake. For example, today I matched with somebody on Tinder. I'm back on Tinder. I think I got blocked again from now on Bumble. Or no, I just took myself off. No, I'm sorry. Back on whatever.
You
I'm on
deactivated
Tinder.
your account on Bumble?
Yes, I did. Yeah, long ago. I've been on Tinder consistently for a while. But once you get beyond the
Okay. Any luck?
yeah, a couple here and there, but the one was really young and I was too aggressive, so she unmatched. This one was like 2 miles away from where I work, and she was like, "Oh wait, are you supposed to answer?" Like,
Can you tell me what too aggressive means? What does that mean?
just too direct, man. Like younger people, for the most part, not all of them. There's give and take, and obviously
You didn't want to be a silent match?
No,
for
no,
a
no.
month and just
Right, yeah. Let's text for a month and then never meet. That's I've seen that up on people's profiles, and it's funny. It's funny, but it's also true. Like, and so now I use that sometimes. It was funny. I was talking to my sister and my mother about online dating and stuff, and I read my profile, and they're like, "That's too much. That's too much." I'm like, "Yeah, I get it. It's too much, but also I've had a lot
You're
of."
going to family now to ask about your dating profiles?
That's
That's positive move.
I talk to everybody. Well, no, my sister's like, "You got to join this meetup group or whatever." So I got the app. I'll probably never use it because now I see.
Meetup?
I see.
Yeah, Meetup is another.
Yeah, I will see. So far, it's not my vibe, and it's still. I won't get into the financial portion behind it too, and also some things that were said because I don't want to get in trouble or whatever. But down the line, but we'll stick to this, try and get through it. Okay, is it horrible? Is it real? I think it's kind of fake.
Don't you know the answer? I mean, you haven't answered all those questions, though, right?
Well, okay. So is it horrible? Yes.
Probably, I would agree with
And
you.
I probably should be taking notes, to be honest with you, because it would make that that much better. But is it real?
Because we'll just talk about the same things over and over for the show. And
I mean, no, that's, no.
What I have a problem in 2025 is the fact that I have to, consider starting some show like this to make money, as a side hustle.
It's
Like,
interesting.
I have to do something like this to try to make money.
That's upsetting. And that's upsetting. I understand. Yeah, I mean, so let's just take it, let's go to sexuality now, because I can't tell you how many people that are, and listen, myself, if you were, let's talk numbers for a second, because I know you're a numbers guy. For me, look-wise, just to be on the conservative side, and be very conservative, and maybe underestimate yourself, I'd say I'm a 5 or a 6 as far as my complexion and figure, whatever. Maybe not body specific, but facially, if a woman's going to decide,
Appearance.
a 5 or 6 out of 10, yeah. Whereas a 10 is like the highest or whatever. And maybe,
What are you talking
well,
about?
hang on. I'm just saying, like, maybe my body more of like 7 or an 8, but then my personality, mix it all together, and yeah, I'm up in the higher echelons. But looks alone. Now, where do you put yourself? 1 to 10.
Myself?
Looks, yeah. I say 5, 6. What do you say?
For me.
How do you view
Oh,
yourself?
for you, 5
No,
or
no,
6?
no, not for me. For you. How do
Facially.
you?
You're
how
just
do you-
talking about facially?
How do you view yourself? On a 1 to 10 is what I'm
Well, I'm
asking.
always hard on myself,
Oh.
and
What target yourself now? I want those numbers.
yeah, I've never had the confidence that other guys have. I would say, I don't know if I would dip. Is you gonna say 5, 6? I'm gonna say 6, 7.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not outrageous. That's good. And that's more, again, we'll say facially, to the facial features. And then, again, here's the thing. So, but there's a scale there. And to your point, so there's the physical stature, the physical features, then there's the personality and the character.
I
And
mean,
then-
look, I would have made $15 already if I was out delivering.
Are you pissed because you're not delivering right now? Oh, man.
Since we started, how many? We're gonna have to do like 30 shows before we make $15. Even if and that's like a small chance that that'll even happen. But if I was out there now, I'd be at like $15 now. $15.
Hey, I mean, listen. Okay, so to that point, I actually literally just commented, and that wasn't about shaming or anything. There's this one chick, and she keeps popping up on my feed all the time. I've never searched for her ever, and it's just one of the things that happens. She pops up. She's like, "Oh, look at my booty." Her body's not that hot. Her face definitely. She's like, I don't need to be like, like
Yeah, that's.
whatever. But she's got a dope house now. She's an OnlyFans person, whatever. She's doing her thing. So, she's doing her own thing. She's making her money. I'm not saying that I agree with how she makes her money, but she's doing her thing. She's making her money, and then the YouTube on top of it, like,
Oh, and YouTube?
yeah, she's an influencer, the whole thing. And
How many
so
followers?
I've never really looked because she kind of annoys me, to be honest with you.
Okay.
It's a very much like it's an ego. Look at me, like.
Well, tell me what else. Tell me
Yeah,
tell me
yeah.
everything.
So
What are your other goals?
our 80%. So this is a stat we've talked about, but I want to see if you agree with this. Do you agree with the stat that 80% of men are after 20% of women, like the top 20% of women?
Yeah, sure. That's
Okay.
just data, though.
No, Red, totally agree. I'm just saying, like, I've heard that from Red, but that seems to be accurate data to you from your experience and what you've
I
heard.
would think that's if the data says that. Yes.
Well, you say the data, but I'm saying you talk to me, you've talked to other people. Is that what other people tell
Well,
you?
where do we hear it from? We hear it from the research, whatever. People talking on shows like this or articles online, and they're probably looking at the data, so that's what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Because
What
I mean,
are
are
women-
you're a 5 or a 6? Are you gonna pursue a 5 or a 6?
Well, here's the thing. No, the answer to that is no, absolutely not. And also, I don't view myself as a 5 or 6 overall. There's more I view to just like women say. I say, okay.
That's fine. 5
No,
or
no,
yeah, but
hang on. Let me rephrase that. I say women. I shouldn't have said it like that because that puts derogatory. I love women, by the way.
There's
I love
two.
them. Okay.
There's only 2.
I don't like women. No, so 5, 6 facially, like for example, I was gonna say who, but one of my relatives made a comment. I won't even swipe right on a man if he doesn't smile in at least one or several of his pictures, and I get that. And I'm like, why? Because you think he's gonna have no teeth? Or she's like, no. There goes she. So yeah, she's like, no, because usually it's those that are like not jobs or whatever, like when they're not like smiling, like in their pictures. And also topless. She doesn't want to see a guy topless. But
Maybe
that's
they got braces, and they don't want to. And they're
argument understood. I totally get it. I
I'm
don't
trying to
care.
correct their smile.
I mean, to me, it looks, when I look at a profile, I'm not necessarily agreeing or disagreeing with her, but I'm saying, actually, I'm agreeing, not so much from a crazy standpoint, but I want to see smiles. I don't want to see like, even myself, like sometimes, Kevin, when I look at myself,
Who doesn't want to see a
I
smile?
took a picture the other day of myself just to get this angle, and I was like, not smiling. No, I was,
Yeah.
I was, moping around the house, partying, doing whatever. But I did not like it. I was like, wow. I'm like, I look
Looking
miserable.
at your smile?
There was no smile. I was like, I look
Oh.
miserable. And I
Yeah.
guess because it was, I ran from there to here because of an auto, whatever. I wasn't like trying to take a happy picture. I just wanted to get like this persona film shot frame so I could see what it looked like. But anyways,
What's the next problem?
please,
About
yeah,
the
absolutely, no
dating
problem, no problem.
2025?
What are women after in 2025?
I don't know.
Okay,
what are they
let me
after?
rephrase. Let me refine that. The top 20% of women. What are they after?
Security, money,
Okay. When you say security, you mean like feeling safe?
commitment.
Oh, okay, that's a big one. What is commitment in 2025 to like the
I
younger?
have no idea what the
No.
younger gener. This is a different generation that we're talking about. I have no idea what they're looking for. I think they want just like to feel safe and
Okay.
and to have a like meaningful relationships kind of a thing. Like,
Okay, duly noted, and they should.
And the money.
Everyone should. So what do you think about the breakdown? Our grandparents, I can't speak for yours, mine, both sets, they were together for like 60 years. And then my parents, they were together like 18 years, and they got divorced. You're a generation beneath that, were married for 11 years, they got divorced?
13. total.
13
Yeah,
years.
it was I believe 12 or 11 before.
What year did you get divorced in, if you don't mind me asking?
What
What year was it?
Oh, when did I think it was 2017.
Oh, that's pretty recent.
At the end of 2017. Yeah, it's been 7 years.
Okay. Well, so, I mean, you go 60 years, 20 years, 7 years, or 13 years you guys were married. It's been that long since you've been divorced. And now this new generation, it's like, and I'm going like to one of my ex-girlfriends, no names needed, but just to say like, say discipline and the level of what two people will like put up with nowadays, because we deal with this swipe right, swipe left. Like okay, so this is further down, but I'll just mention this: the fact that a woman, maybe a good-looking man like yourself too, and I will use you because I know at one point, many years ago, like 20 years ago when you were dating, maybe you had like, or whatever that was, long time ago, not anything recent, but
What about it?
well, you would have 10 to 20 matches, potentially, meaning that you could meet, I'm just saying.
We didn't have Tinder, wasn't available when we were 20.
But a long time ago, I'm just saying though, in this instance, just trust me on that. But what I'm saying here is,
Okay.
a woman in that 20%, the hot, the 8, the 9, the 10, whatever, the trophy wife, so to speak, the fact that she has 200 other potential suitors ready to pick up the slack in an instant, does that mess with their ego in a big way? Their ego, who they think they are, their value.
Okay, I don't even think this, to be honest with you,
Please.
I think that this conversation, I mean, yeah, you need to get it out, but at the end of this conversation, you need to put like all this material down
Uh-huh.
and.
So are you pivoting
just-
right now?
And just join a fitness group. I'm trying to
yeah.
find the solution.
No,
Just trying to find a solution.
This is.
Like
this
right
is,
now, it's the middle of winter. I think, you want to find a winter activities group. For me, it'd be cross country skiing, just because I want to find out where the best trails are.
Okay.
I think that would be a great place to pick up.
To meet women.
Is a Nordic ski club.
Okay.
I can see you're not interested in that one, so I would say the gym is probably the least.
Well, no, these are gonna like maybe
gym
find
is-
this next one.
The gym is unfortunately very bad.
It,
Maybe a book club. I would think maybe
Sure,
you would
of course.
probably make a
no, I
killing.
just trying. I'm not actually. You know what? To
We
be
have
honest
to
with you,
be-
Kevin, the last thing I'm looking to do at this point is make a killing. Actually, what I'm looking to do, I'll tell you. We were talking real talk. What I'm looking for at this point is very direct and very specific. It's a woman, young woman, doesn't have any kids, open to at least the idea of having them in the next couple of years. If things work out between the two of us, we will have to live together for at least a year, 2, 3, whatever, and then possibly get marriage. Marriage is the last thing on the list. Kids could come before marriage because I just don't want to be locked in that way. And then,
So keep your Tinder profile.
Yeah, I mean this
Put
is
what you want up there.
it's more
and
general.
then leave it alone and don't go to it.
Oh no, I do.
And
I
then,
do.
but you need to. But right now, you need to look for a running club, and
Yeah, adventure groups and all that.
and
I
start
get it.
getting into
I've
the
got
running
the whole
club,
the meetup thing.
because
I've got it.
springtime
With
is
the
going to be right around the corner, and the next thing you know, you got groups of people outside running.
got a garden to tend to, and hopefully a girlfriend to cook for.
Well, then
I'd like
join
to-
a gardening club.
Yeah, I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I'm just doing different things. I
And
went to a
it's,
yoga
and it's
class
not
the other day.
necessarily meetup.
I'm gonna do a yoga
It's
class at the
go on,
YMCA
go
too.
on Reddit and like figure out where the clubs are.
Sure.
You go on Facebook.
No, I mean my
figure out
sister.
where
My
the-
sister.
where
She
the
said
club- where the
meetup
clubs are.
meetup group. I'm on. I got the app.
Meetup might have like one or two, couple,
There's
but
one coming up in February.
yeah,
so
you,
that'd be
you,
a great thing.
you exhaust all of your social outlets, and then join a couple of clubs. And the next thing you know, you're going to become friends with someone,
Sure.
and
Yeah, the exposure. I get it. It's true. I mean, to get exposed to other people in the circle
But I'm
because
not saying you're going to become friends with a potential match. I'm saying you're going to become friends with someone like an old couple or someone like yourself.
no, you know what's interesting? My mom says I should be looking for guys, and I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? No, for friends. You know, you always
That's-
see.
Yeah.
Well, that's true only because I don't. You know, some of my closest friends aren't available as much. Otherwise, we'd probably go out more, and then there would be more circle of influence. But that's not to be put on them. I should be able to go out by myself.
You get a
unless
pack
you-
of bros out there high-fiving and yelling and screaming. And,
All right. That's not happening. I'm on the couch, passed out at 9 o'clock here. So,
yeah.
okay, so are shows like Criminal Minds and
Oh, here we go. There's a wild
overexposure to those types of Criminal Minds
I can't-
shows? No, just hear me out for a second. Does that warp? Do you know enough women? Have you talked to enough women about this? I have.
I
actually,
can't do.
but Does it work their mind?
I
with
can't
regards
do
to dating?
TV shows in any form. I can't do
Oh,
a
is that-
Netflix series. What are they
Okay.
called? Netflix series, like Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wait, you
The
did
best
like it?
part of
Or you did like it?
season 2 in Breaking Bad was the best.
Breaking Bad was
And
awesome.
it was all downhill from there.
Oh,
It was all downhill from there. And by the time they got to the last season,
Huh.
I was not going to get through the last season
Really?
of Breaking Bad until you told me you gave me you told me to just finish it, so I had to muscle through it. You basically have to muscle through these Netflix series.
But you
It's
did
too long. There's just too much
Oh.
crap. These bubble shows. This is the worst thing that's
bubble
ever.
shows?
Or bottle shows.
What is that?
Whatever they're called.
I don't know what that
It's
is.
so stupid. Waste of my time. I would like if I can get to a limited series, maybe like 4.
But
6
you'd like to watch
shows.
another Yellowstone, possibly even tonight.
No.
Really? Okay, because I thought you were digging the first one.
I would think. I mean, yeah, that's the thing is they get you the hook with the first show or second show.
Actually,
but the thing is
you
they
know,
make it too long.
I
They
enjoy
make
it, man.
5
I
seasons
enjoy it.
long, and it's like 15 shows, and it becomes a
Landman
a
is another
chore.
one.
It's a chore. And it's a workout.
It's a discipline.
It's a workout.
Yeah. Well, I don't know workout. It's discipline, dude. You sound like my brother a little bit now.
It's a
I'm like
waste of
asking
time.
about the musical
It's
instruments.
a waste
the
of time.
saxophone.
That's why I like a
Ah.
movie. I can still do movies. Movies, I think,
Okay,
have
a
become
couple
a lost
hours.
art.
You're good. That's your attention span, dude. I will binge so hard. Like I go to my mom's house, and she passed out on the couch. But I'll binge. I'll watch.
You got these Netflix movies.
Yeah.
You can tell they're low budget. Carry On was the best movie, and during the holidays this year. Come on, dude. You could tell it was. I mean, who's
Hollywood-
like Jason Bateman as the bad guy? I don't know. I didn't watch Ozark, so I don't really know.
Oh, that's a
what
great
what
show,
he's all
dude.
about.
That's it's just as
it's
good.
another one I can't
No,
get through.
no.
What is it, like 70 shows in
I don't know.
70
but-
hours
oh,
to
dude,
watch?
That was a great
Ozark?
show. Ozark was
It's gonna take me
amazing,
70 hours to watch Ozark?
dude. It's what's it called? Breaking Bad. It's Breaking Bad level, dude. It's that good. Ozark is good. So
Which season was the best?
No, they're all. I'm not down like dude. If I'm gonna, once I get hooked.
See,
What about Kingdom? Have you watched that? We're totally going off the this is not dating
I
anymore, but
haven't seen
it's fine.
Kingdom, no.
Kingdom's great, dude. If you like medieval kind of stuff. All right, so moving right along. But you didn't answer this question though either.
Yeah, come.
Criminal
You're
Minds.
talking about Criminal Minds,
No.
the corruption of mind
No,
because,
no.
because of social media?
I'm asking you.
Because
if,
of the.
a lot of women like these shows, but I'm saying, does that also then lead
do
to?
crime scene. I'm not interested in that, dude. Just give me give me other worlds. Give me different worlds.
You're not
That's
asking,
fine.
you're not hearing what the question is though.
I don't want true crime.
I don't want true crime either. I'm saying that it's damaging to the relationship because a lot of women like those shows, and as a result of that, I
Is that
think
because they're the victim in that?
I'm not sure why they like it. I think some of them, everyone probably has their own reasons. Some people probably like it because they know what things to look for. I think one of my ex-girlfriends mentioned that was, so whatever, everyone's got their own reasons. But I'm saying is, do you think that it's such a problem now? And again, it's all relative to the person too. It probably is a problem for some. I'd be curious. So maybe you're not the right person. That's more a question I should ask a female.
I need like sparse worlds, dystopian.
I gotcha.
That's what I need.
Okay, describe your experience. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So, well, you've kind of already answered this, but I guess I'll paraphrase. My question was going to be describe your experience with online dating and even just dating in general years ago versus now. But you're saying, and we'll say online dating specifically, it's always been crappy. Was crappy then, it's crappy now? Or is it better or worse? Or is it just about the same for you?
I don't know what I'm not online dating right now.
Oh, that's right, that's right. Okay, well, from what you hear, like, I guess from what you hear from me, and other people that you may talk to about it or whatever. If anybody, other than me.
What's it like right now? Well, so when I was going through a separation and divorce, I did get into online dating. I was kind of, it was a new thing to me, so I wanted to try it out. And yeah, it's a mess. And plus, I can never like define myself, so I'm undefinable basically.
Well, I don't know about that, but okay. But you have a tough time defining yourself.
That's kind of a bit joke, but
no, I get it. And feel free to move this out of your way.
To put my life into 250 words or less, and 4 pictures, it's like
yeah, no, it's a lot. You've got to make choices, and they've got to be very pointed. I hear you on that. Like, and actually to that point, Tinder, because now as I said I'm on Tinder, has I think it's 500 characters on Tinder,
but yeah, of course you're gonna get more matches,
but also
and
more
then
pictures.
you get people who are just swiping mindlessly. There's all kinds of people live their lives.
Yeah, so I think the thing is for me, like, knowing all the things that I know, plus the fact that I think, it's a moneymaker. So you only can get so many swipes, you can only send so many messages unless you're paying for it, and there's this match, and get this. So it's kind of, and I think they purposely, honestly, I think sometimes they might even hold messages back. There's algorithms.
What are you gonna do next?
Well, no, it's not just about me.
Are you gonna join a fitness club?
Well, I took a yoga class
Are you
with my
gonna
sister.
continue to go to the yoga class?
No.
Okay.
I won't probably ever go back again.
Will you go to the library?
Library, no. Not likely to maybe to pick up movies, maybe, but probably not. Let's move along.
I mean, Wegmans, when we were younger, Wegmans used to be
I will
a
say
date
this:
night opportunity.
if we're talking about meeting people naturally, I have no problems approaching. I approached someone at the gym. Now she was a staff member, very gently, much younger too, of course, as you might imagine. I just asked her if I talked to her a little bit, pointed out something I had seen, and then she was really cool. She took care of it. But I also asked her if she was single, and she said no. So, fine. It's done deal. Like, and I know it's uncomfortable to approach somebody when they're working too, but whatever. I shot my shot. It didn't work out. That's fine. So moving along. Next question. So my question then was, has it gotten better? So these are all kind of focused, but has it gotten better in the past 5 to 10 years? But you've been involved for a long time now, right? So maybe that's not the best time.
Yeah.
Good
Did you
percentage of
mean for this list to be questions to me or
well, this was roundtable, man.
Kim?
This was roundtable.
Roundtable discussion?
Sure. And anybody else? I mean, I invited Jules too. She wasn't available.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
Oh, absolutely. Percentage-wise, if we were just talking numbers, overall, big picture now, from start to finish, many years ago to now, what 0% being horrible, 100% being amazing. Where would you, what percentage rating would you put, like online dating and just the dating scene and male-female relations in 2025? Go ahead, please.
Or I'm sorry, I'm not sure how to address you, but
Yeah, whatever you want. JJ,
bad boy, bad boy.
No, you don't have to call me bad boy. Dig a D.
Is there ever a hobby that you wanted to do that you've never done that you would consider doing now?
All my hobbies I do currently, and I've pretty much always done them too. Board sports, skate, surf,
What
snow,
about
climbing.
like an e-bike?
Dude, I could go climb. It's not about. I hear where you're going with this, and it's great.
I know,
I appreciate it.
but you're not.
There's only so much time in the day, Kevin. So you're not. There's one thing you're not hearing, and I don't think my mom hears too. And I know it's actually just to meet the person. I get that. But there's only so
I
much
think
time
you
in the
should
day.
read the stories. You should read
Jehovah.
online accounts of men in their 50s and 60s, single men,
Okay.
who probably still remain single.
Through. Okay.
And
I don't know where this is going.
well, I'm just saying, and just learn how they've come to peace with not, getting off of online dating and just letting life come to them instead
sure.
of
Yeah. Oh, you're saying like stop trying. Stop trying.
enjoying the experiences that life has to offer. Not stop trying. No.
Okay. Okay.
I think that's, this. They're not.
Just let it
They're
happen
trying.
naturally.
They're trying, but they
Who's
find
trying?
more fulfillment in life by not putting all of their energy into this pursuit here.
Online dating specifically.
Specifically on non-dating.
Sure. No, that's duly noted as well. Have you ever need? Okay,
It's a medium. It doesn't work for everyone.
Absolutely. It hasn't been working for me
You say
over
your
2
best.
years.
You say your best attributes are not physical. So what does that tell you? You say you're a 5 and 6 appearance.
No.
given
Well, that's
overall,
okay.
you're
So
probably-
that's one. That's like facially is why I say that. My body.
Exactly. What do you
I
think
was-
the pictures are? You take the hat off. You take the glasses off. you
Well,
smile, show
no,
your
because
teeth.
your whole person is something to be considered. So that's a different discussion in itself. Kevin, for example, I meant ski. What? I slipped. I slipped there. That's all right. That's right. No one's watching anymore, anyways. But yeah. So body types. There's some men, myself included, and I say. I prefer. I don't like. It's the preferences, the natural preferences. I like long hair in a woman. There are some women I've seen with shorter hair that it can look okay. Whatever. In general, I like long hair on women. That said, I like a thinner, athletic type of a build. Now, maybe as I've gotten older, certainly some of my girlfriends have been very thin.
We're talking about you.
No. Well, no. I was trying to. Actually, because you got me going on that one. Okay. Next question.
But don't even. That's what I mean. Is don't even have an image anymore of what your desire is.
Yeah. What do you mean? That's insanity. I know exactly
Just
what I want.
think of it as like a ball of light. Just like think of it as
Well,
the
yeah,
light.
no, it's the whole thing, man. It's the personality. It's what she's got going on. I can't be with somebody that's got dogs. They all have dogs now. Yeah, again, no, this is about me. I don't want to talk about me here.
Yeah,
So,
I agree.
anyway.
I hear that on the dogs.
Yeah.
It's like
So
it's too
have
much
you,
with the dogs now.
in your past, not currently, but much in the past, have you ever needed to get police intervention with any type of relationships for whatever, something went south, crazy? And if so, then what? Please
On a
divulge.
relationship basis, no.
Not the first one, okay.
So you mean like a domestic kind of a thing?
Yes. Any type of.
No.
Okay, gotcha. Good. That's good to hear.
Therapy, though, like counseling kind
Sure.
of thing. But that,
Didn't work.
I mean, that's like online dating. It's all a scam.
Well, no. Some people definitely need to talk. I mean, everyone needs to talk.
It's a joke, dude. Of course, counseling is.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. When it comes to terms like, and again, going into the past,
Let's get through this list here. Go ahead.
ghosting, crickets, follow up, consistency. What do some of those words stand for you? How important are
Snowman.
those? Is it?
Snowman.
I'm not familiar with that one, but
I think that's just shacking up with someone during the holidays.
snowman. Okay.
Gifting.
But so use the terms follow up, crickets, and ghosting. How do those make you feel? when that's ever happened to you in the past.
Yeah, are you sure I'm the right co-host for this?
Absolutely, you're doing great. 100%.
Crickets? Oh, I recently started getting back into Twitter again for crypto Twitter for CT, and you can tell why it's so easy to spot the fakes out there now.
It is, okay.
And,
Well, that's kind of good to hear.
Yeah. But crickets, ghosting, and what's the other one?
Just follow up in general. Like the whole, slow burn, versus, okay, let's here's my number, let's talk, let's meet up, whatever. That's what I got today. Again, I put it to me, but I put it to you though.
So
how does that make you
my
feel?
girl, if I don't reach out to her, on a daily basis, she gets upset. If she sends messages to me and I don't respond, probably at least within a couple of hours or something like that. Unless I'm in a meeting all day or whatever, some kind of excuse, or I'm delivering, for 5 hours. But then even then I can call.
That is a short leash, bro, from a long distance.
But
Stuff.
no, but that's more of a
respect.
But that's a relationship, though. You would want to keep the conversation going.
Of course.
Kind of a thing. You don't just
Keep the fire lit.
Abandon. I mean, if I'm on a camping trip and there's bad reception, then might not get back for a while. But if there's a question asked and it's knowing that I am probably just going through my daily routine and then therefore should be available.
Right. No, of course. No, I understand. Communication is
One
key.
would expect that I would return that within a few hours. The latest. But if I go an entire day without messaging, then maybe the reason I'll be asked for a reason why.
Right. No, I'm going to actually totally pivot, and I'll say that for one reason and one reason alone, just because you and I off grid should discuss the parameters of that, because I was going to take that in a different direction and really hit you with a heavy hitter, but I'm not going to do that at this moment because that'll be round 2, podcast 2, whatever after we discussed. Yeah. I don't want to go there because I already know kind of what the answer is going to be. I think
We'll talk about that afterwards.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Wow, you got 10 more questions.
Wait, what time you got?
Just go. We've been
What time
doing
you got?
this for over an hour.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll get it. We'll get it.
Let's rapid fire. Rapid fire round.
Well, I was gonna say but again, Kimmy was gonna be here. She's not here right now. I was gonna say, should we just give up because it's just ridiculous? But no, don't give up. You've already said that, so we'll take that question. Yes, don't ever give up.
Don't give up. Take a different angle.
How easy or hard is it to meet naturally?
That depends on
How much effort?
yourself, I guess. If you're prepared for that. How easy or how hard is it to meet naturally? Given the number of chances that are out there and the amount of times that you would actually get the right, a hit on the number of occurrences, then I'd say it's extremely rare.
Okay. What does you, or not you personally, but could be you personally, a person being open, to the option of, what does that really mean? So for example, I'm, if we're being honest, probably eccentrically and overbearingly trying to get that relationship, I'm not saying it's good.
Not sure where you're going.
Well, so what I'm asking is, open, what does open mean versus being closed? There are some people that are just not approachable, or they stay pure.
Let's go to the next question.
Oh, okay. You don't like that one. Okay. What are your hard no's when it comes to? You like that? Okay, good, excellent. This is. You don't like that one?
Hard no's?
Yeah, like when it comes to dating, or again, not in your current relationship. I'm not trying to blow you out of the water there. I'm saying when it comes to in your past.
I always hated being stood up.
Okay, so
That's the worst.
but stood up. I mean, obviously, there's a different version of that, but yes. So that would like if that happens, then it's done. Like I'm never talking to you again. Done.
Like, do you remember the one time we got back from snowboarding or something like that? We were just getting back into town, and I had a date scheduled that night for dinner.
I kind of do remember that actually. Yeah.
And this woman texted me. I'm like, we're still on for tonight or whatever. This is 2018, and she's like, my family just got into a car accident. Oh my gosh, I can't. Or something like that.
Oof.
My friend just got into it, and
Were you livid?
and I was like, how do I interpret this? And you're like, you're like, and you told me to be open about it. You don't know what her situation is right now. Maybe this is true. Maybe this is true. So I responded something like, oh my gosh, I'm so
But you were
sorry to
pissed.
hear this.
Right.
Is everyone okay? And then like
Ghost.
the message, no, like she blocked and deleted. I think maybe I had her number or something like that, and then it was just like completely cut off from her. So, whatever that.
Wait,
is.
because she did it or you did it? The blocking. And deleting.
I messaged her and I never heard back.
Okay.
So it was I don't know.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Whatever.
No doubt. No doubt.
What's the next one?
Next one? Okay. Do you think?
I wouldn't use an accident, accident that hurt a family member as like a fake excuse to get out of the date, though.
I would hope
That's
not.
probably
No, yeah. No. Yeah. That sounds like crazy Amanda that passed away. That's crazy, dude.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, oof.
Who?
Yeah, a thief, a gun thief.
What? I
Yeah.
did not know that.
I feel like I told you that. No.
Recently?
Like I think about 6 years ago, maybe something like that.
Oh man.
Or maybe that's off. Maybe it was 3 or 4.
You'll have to. I didn't know.
Yeah, we could talk
didn't
about
know
that off that
That's-
too. But no, how did that come about? Oh, I know, because I was on Facebook. Something happened, blah blah blah. I made a comment. I saw somebody else comment. I'm like, blah 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 blah. Do you know like what the deal is? Somebody had maybe even like with one of my items for sale was like, oh, I think she passed away. I think like the cop shot her or something like that. I'm like, wait, what? So then I started researching a little bit. There was an issue where she tried to steal a vehicle. The cops did shoot her, but they shot her in the hand. They didn't kill her. She tried to steal like a running truck or something like that, degenerate. And the cops chased her down. She tried to hit like one of the cops with the truck, and and then they chased her
It was
down.
from the accident though.
No. I mean, I guess after she tried to hit the cops with the truck, they fired on her. I mean, it's a deadly weapon. They're using the car to try and hit a cop.
That's
So-
how she died.
No. She didn't actually die from that. It turned out I did have some people do a little bit of investigatory work just to find out what happened. Because then I was like, oh, wait, what happened? So then I had somebody look into it. They're like, yeah, it looks like she did pass away, like at this funeral home that
Okay.
I'm familiar with or whatever. And when I went back and took a look at the thing, it said like, not a huge surprise, but she was with. I saw the police write up, and I saw
Okay.
the fact that this person was like involved in something like over in North Tonawanda where, yeah.
No, I didn't.
No.
I didn't. That's a long
So I was
time
like,
ago. I'm really sorry to hear that. I know
Well,
you really liked her.
Oh, you're out of your
She
mind.
had-
What? She was completely out of her
Oh,
mind,
she
dude.
had that energy, that
Well,
great energy that you really liked. And I met her a few times. She was a really cool person, man. At least from hanging out point of view.
right. That portion, awesome, no question. But there was
Yeah.
some psycho. I think I also told you that she tried to like leave me in Philadelphia and like. Yeah, you remember that? So there was that. All right, so we can talk further, but let's see what else. Are people nowadays, and myself included, I certainly could say yes to a certain point. Is this mentality of being too picky and unrealistic with expectations and the swipe right, swipe left, especially again with people that are in that higher
Dude,
echelon?
what is
Go
it?
ahead.
What is it with these questions, man?
What do you mean?
Why are
They're
you
focused.
why are you trying to interview me with these questions?
Well, that's dating. It's dating in
Round table
2025.
question, but you haven't answered any of it.
What do you mean?
It's like you gotta talk about it and then ask it. Like, what's the swipe right or swipe left?
No, do you feel that people are too unrealistic with expectations and picky is it too much of a dismissive culture that we live in nowadays?
Probably.
Yeah, okay. Do you consider yourself patient?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh, it's second to last, so
I don't know. I'm not sure.
probably depends on who you talk to.
I think that I am. It depends on the situation.
What incompetence? What triggers you to be not patient?
Well, I guess it's more of the iterations. If we're on iteration number 1, I can be less patient. But if we're still talking about the same thing,
Okay, gotcha. Okay, very good. All right, I see where you went with that. What do we got here for a closeout? This doesn't have to close it out, but it'd be good. Okay, this is like a bigger like philosophical question, but basically, with and this is even just like online, or just online dating, but social media, usage of one's cell phone specifically, and the fact that you could say even, I'm not saying your kids specifically, but a lot of younger kids are on their phones a lot, that's really changed and continues to change, and maybe for more of a negative tone, like of people's interpersonal skills.
what was the question?
Well, it's an all-encompassing. I mean, do you think people are on their phones too much? Do you think that for the younger
Yes.
generation,
Yeah, the phones are terrible. As a matter of fact,
the zero phone in the schools now could be a New York State thing? Are you cool with that?
I'm holding on to my phone so much that I'm like tiring my arm out. I'm cramping my neck. And then I gotta walk. So that for the whole week after this, I'm walking around with neck pain and arm pain because I held on to my phone for too long. And oh, by the way, I still need to keep using my phone too while I'm in all this pain. So yes, we do use. I can't believe we don't have. Look at this, how heavy this is. This is heavy. I'm sorry, but this is too heavy right now. This is too heavy.
That's like really not.
It's ridiculous how heavy that is. I can't believe that we still have to have video phone calls where we have to hold the phone in front of us like this.
You should set it down. Back
You
up.
want to do a video call, you have to hold this thing in front of you like this while you're doing it. I can't believe we still have to do that.
We could just set the phone down like this.
Why can't we have affordable technology where we can put a picture on a wall and talk to someone, or we can just push a button and have a nice screen where we talk to someone and still finish cooking our dinner.
I mean, that does
Like,
exist.
why do I have to cut an onion? Why do I have to cut an onion one-handed while I'm talking on the phone like this? That's the stupidest thing. That's unacceptable.
Why don't you? You could set your phone up.
Why can't we have glasses that'll have AR? Why AR came out 12 years ago? Why can't we have?
Oh, they have that now.
Why can't we have affordable glasses with an AR screen? Why isn't it available now?
Yeah, the affordability is something different, but the technology you're talking.
There's
about
no excuse for why technology isn't moving faster.
Well, and on that note, we'll call it for today, at least for this video portion. Any follow-up questions, comments, concerns? Good. Excellent. Well done, sir. Thank you, sir. May I have another?